Hello students, this is class 6 social science history chapter 4 first cities part 2 video. In first video what you have learned? You have learned about the civilization, factor of civilization, surplus and urbanization, river valley civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and about the two important cities of Indus Valley civilization were Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Now, in this video, what is our study content? Our content is about the town planning of Indus cities. The cities divided into two parts. First, citadel, second, lower town. Then houses, then drainage system, then occupations, then seal making, then trade, then social life. Firstly, we will see in the cities. As you all know that Indus Valley civilization, in Indus Valley civilization there were two important cities and they were Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The cities were divided into two parts, citadel and lower town. Now, firstly we will see the town planning of these cities. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were planned cities. They had almost identical planning, layout and construction technique. They were probably the twin capitals. Another striking similarity was the pottery found in almost every city. Red pottery painted with design in black, also known as red and black ware. These and other artifacts, such as the remains of brick structures, seals, terracotta, figurines, etc., help in constructing the lives of people living in the Indus Valley civilization. You know, students, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa are located in the Larkana and Montgomery district of Pakistan, Sindh and Punjab provinces. Mohenjo-daro means the mound of the dead and Harappa means the food of Lord Shiva. Now, the city divided into two parts. Okay, firstly we will see citadel. Town planning is one of the unique feature of the Indus Valley civilization. The city divided into two parts, citadel and lower town. Firstly, we will see citadel. It was the raised part of the city. It was often described as the fort or administrative block. The citadel had massive walls. The walls provided protection against floods. The citadel consisted of important buildings like the granary and the assembly or town hall. The granary at Mohenjo-daro was the largest building of the city. In Harappa, there were as many as 6 granaries. Do you know, students, the meaning of granary? What do you understand by this? The granary was used for storing grains. The citadel at Harappa had 6 granaries. During famine, the grains stored in the granaries was distributed to the people. These were circular brick platforms for threshing grains. Near these granaries, cracked grains found on the threshing floors shows that the Harappans grew wheat and barley. Now the next is lower town. The lower town was located below the citadel. where probably the common people lived. It was divided into rectangular blocks by wide roads. The roads run from north to south and east to west. Here, the remains of the brick houses can be seen. You know, students, that the lower town where the common people lived, and in the citadel, it housed important government buildings. Next is the Great Bath. Close to the granary, there was the Great Bath. It was a pool built of mud circles. It was sealed with a sort of tarp and had a drain for keeping it clean. There were two flights of steps to enter into the pool. A well discovered on the eastern side is supposed to have been used to fill the pool. Priests and rulers may have bathed here before religious ceremonies. Do you understand, students, what is Great Bath? Great Bath is uh, it was you can say that it was a tank, a beautiful, it was a public building. It has a tank made of beautiful bricks. Brick steps lead up to the tank. The bottom of the tank has drains to empty it, and the great bath was probably used for some important ritual or ceremony on certain religious festivals. Houses. Next is houses. Houses were one or two story high. All the houses were made of big bricks of uniform size. Every house had two or more rooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, circular ovens, and a courtyard. The houses were also provided with doors and small windows. They had thick walls that kept the houses cool. Windows did not open into the main street, due to which the houses were free from dust and noise. Roofs of the houses were flat, and most of the houses had wells, bathrooms, and drains. Next is occupation. Occupation, we can see that agriculture was the main occupation. The people mostly do farming. The toy models of plough found here signify that ploughs were used for agriculture. Since most of the cities here were built on the river banks, there was a regular supply of water available for cultivation. The annual floods in the Indus River made the land fertile. The presence of granary shows that they had enough stock of grain and were prosperous. The use of burnt bricks for making houses indicates that they were used for protection against floods. The evidence of barley from the site of Banavali indicates that wheat and barley were the main crops. Rice husks found embedded in clay and pottery indicate that rice was grown in Lothal. They even grew cotton, and in fact, they were the world's first cotton growers. Do you know, students? They grew cotton and they were the world first cotton growers. Remember it. The Indus people, they were engaged in other occupation also. They were weavers, potters, metal workers, toy makers, jewelers, stone cutters, and traders. But agriculture was the main occupation. Farmers cultivated two crops a year. Indus Valley people were probably the first to be grown paddy. They knew different methods of irrigation and used plough and sickles. The Indus people were also engaged in hunting, fishing, and gathering woods. The potter's wheel was commonly used. Making terracotta toys, statues, figures of animals, etc., was a major industry. Dancing girl. The discovery of the bronze statue of a dancing girl indicates that they knew the use of bronze. It is regarded as one of the finest artistic creations of this civilization. Harappans were skilled craftsmen. Beautiful figurines and statues of men and animals discovered from the Harappan sites. It shows that they had made great progress in art and craft. The bronze statue of a dancing girl found at Mohenjo-daro is especially famous. It also shows their love for dancing. The statue of a dancer and the bust of a bearded man, termed as priest king, who perhaps held some positions of importance. It shows even the beautiful embroidery on his shawls. A statue of a dancer standing on one leg and a young bull speak a lot about the high level of perfection in metallurgy and their artistic quality. Metals known to Indus Valley people were bronze, tin, copper, gold, and silver. Iron was not known. Seal making. A large number. Do you know, students? Seal. Seal. What is seal? A large number of seal, approximately 2000, have been unearthed so far at different sites. Seals are made of terracotta and they were in many shapes. They were flat, square, rectangle. And these seals give a lot of information about that period, about that life of that period, about the life of people, about their religion, about their occupations, about their customs, about their trades. Probably they were used by merchants and traders to stamp their goods. The Indus people had engaged themselves in inland and foreign trade. Remains of a dockyard discovered at Lothal in Gujarat. It clearly indicates this. This dockyard might have been the place where ships were loaded and unloaded. Thus, we can say that Indus people were familiar with ships. Indus seals have been found at Mesopotamia. Mesopotamian seals have been also found at several Indus sites. It suggests that the Indus people had trade relations with Mesopotamia. The merchants also used various kinds of weights and measures. The Indus Valley people, there were trade relations from many countries, mainly from Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia text refers to Indus region as Melhua. They exported cotton, ivory articles such as comb, peacocks, copper, and they imported precious metals like silver, and mode of exchange was barter. Ships and boats engraved on Harappan seals indicates that these modes of transport were being used. They were both land and sea routes. Presence of toy cars show that bullock carts were used for transporting goods. A dockyard has been excavated at Lothal. Archaeologists have discovered various seals from the sites of Indus Valley civilization. The seal with the figure of a humped bull is very impressive. It is assumed that the trade used the seals to stamp their goods. The seals provide a lot of valuable information on the life, culture, dress, ornaments, animals, etc. of that period. Next is social and economic life. There were three social groups. The first group comprised people from the ruling class who lived in the citadel. Wealthy merchants and the high priest belonged to the first group. Some historians think that in the cities were governed by a priest king. The figure of a person in regal attire who looks like a priest probably suggests this. The petty merchants, artisans, and craftspersons belong to the second group, and the laborers belong to the third group, those who lived in small houses. There were joint family system, there were no caste system, and the script were pictographic. The position of women seemed to be pretty good, and ornaments were made of gold, silver, and precious stones. There were knowledge of Ayurvedic medicines. The main occupation was the agriculture and domestication of animals in a large number. They were having trade relations with many countries. There was a system of barter system, and they use many instruments for weights and measures. The dress of both men and women consisted of two pieces of cloth, one upper garment and the other lower garment. Beads were worn by men and women both. Jewelry such as bangles, bracelets, anklets, rings, etc. Its were worn by women. These ornaments were made of gold, silver, copper, bronze, and semi-precious stones. The use of cosmetics were common. Various household articles made of pottery, stones, shells, ivory, and metals have been found at Mohenjo-daro. Spindles, needles, combs, fish hooks, knives, these were made of copper. The drainage system. How was the drainage system? The drains were made of baked or needle-fired bricks. The kitchen and the bathroom had drains leading out in the alleys. The main drain ran alongside the main roads and was linked with bricks. Most of them were covered with slabs of stone. The drainage system were having a superb system. The drainage system of Indus Valley was remarkable. Drains connected bathrooms in the houses with drains in the streets. The water from drains flowed into the river. Sewers in the streets were covered with large brick slabs, and they were also provided with manholes at regular intervals for inspection and repairs. No other contemporary civilization had such a developed drainage system. It also indicates the importance they gave to health and hygiene. Okay, students, thank you.